Have you ever been faced with a choice of drinking and driving, or known somebody that has? Has that choice ever ended in a loss of life or imprisonment? Now, there's somebody that can help you out there that can help you cope with that, help you get over your loss or with your prison time. Anyways, while I was looking for service ideas, I came across Mothers Against Drunk Driving. It's a great organization. I loved what they stood for and everything that they were doing. That being said, I'll now inform you on MAD. Um, I'm going to tell you the history of MAD, what I did for them on my service hours, and my new perspective on drinking and driving because of MAD. So you might have heard of MAD. I've had many speeches on it, and my classmates have had several speeches on it also. Um, but you might not know the history behind it. So, in May of 1980, MAD was created by Candy Lightner. She was a mother of a daughter who was killed by a repeat drunk driver. Her daughter, Carly, was walking to church and was struck by him, and she flew 150 feet through the air, killing her within, I think, a couple days. She was just mangled. But after the death, Candy quickly started working to get her daughter's killer put back behind bars and keep him there for the things that he did. Now, she quickly found out that this was not a major issue. She stated back in 1980 that this was a pretty much way of life. You drank, you drove drunk. But she started calling people, politicians, writing them, sending them newsletters, and she finally got some people's attention. And in May, or no, in see, when was it? 1984, Ronald Reagan signed into law the age limit of minors drinking raised from 18 to 21. So, uh, anyways, Congress passed that. So, what all has MAD had their hands in? They've been around for 33 years. MAD has been behind multiple laws and pieces of legislation. One of them being an example is the drinking age being moved to 21. Um, and that's from NIHHH.gov website. Another piece of legislation is the zero tolerance legislation. This calls for people drinking and driving and having a blood alcohol content of 0.08% or higher, having immediate predetermined consequence, whether that being slapped with a fine or being put in jail. They see immediate consequence. Now that I've told you about the history, let me tell you what I did for them. So back in October, they had a carnival of sorts of up in Northgate, where they had different law enforcement come out. They had MAD come out, and they were trying to inform all the patrons of Northgate about drinking and driving and the dangers and what can happen if you die or if you kill somebody. um, Now I went out there. The head MAD officer was named Ben Smith, and he had me go around whenever I got there, look at the different booths that we had set up, and try to just get a feel for what we were doing that night. I learned about different deaths around Brazos County in the past 20 odd years, and just deaths around the state, around the nation. Well, later on, he had me and another classmate and a parolee handing out information and trying to talk to patrons and trying to get them to come to our booths and just get to know why we were there that night. And we got a generally great positive vibe from all the patrons. They loved what we were doing, and they just really liked it, which was kind of funny coming from a bunch of drunks. But so now that I told you about what they did or I was doing with them, I'll tell you what I got from that. Driving home that night, I was thinking to myself, I have a totally new perspective on drinking and driving. Once I thought it was okay, it happens. But now I figured out just through MAD, um, you know, people are going to listen to you, whether it be service work, or it doesn't just have to be service work. You put yourself out there, they'll listen to you. Maybe not in the way that you want, but you just need to say something. Don't sit by idly. Imagine if Candy had sat by idly, we might not have Mad. Drinking and driving is wrong. It needs to be outlawed and dealt with. Um, I hope that these speeches that I've had throughout the semester have educated y'all more on the dangers of doing so. I've now informed you about MAD and what I've done with them. Uh, I've given you their history and my new outlook on drinking and driving and MAD. So I hope that I've answered any of y'all's questions today or tonight. And have a good one.